horrible part. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Don't you just hate that? Okay, we have your typical cheap weed eater that you would buy from a local big box store. And what we're doing is removing and installing. Installing is the important part, the recoil spring inside there. So I'm going to take that out there and show you. Alright, the first thing I did was get a Torx bit that looks like this. And you're able to get it inside those holes to pull that out. And also, I got myself, let me show you, cutscene. Got an umbrella, that way I got shade. I got this stand straight up, and you just want to take each bolt out of each one of those holes, well, fasteners or whatever, and unfortunately I got to take this part off, so take those fasteners off right there. Oh, I hate taking that thing off. You'll see. Alright, it's all because of this one right here, this bolt. So I got all the fasteners right there and right over there. So now it's just a matter of taking this off right here, and let's just, oh, you gotta hold the other end. The other end looks like this. It's another one of those Torx bits, but I think I already have it loose enough, so I'm gonna take that off there. Okay, I got that off. And an important thing not to forget on this particular weed eater is this little metal piece right here. It just slides right, it'll fall out like so, and you have to remember it looks just like this. Whenever you put this back together, the shaft area is going to be a little tricky, and you might take some trial and error depending on the model you have. But there's also another metal piece in here too, so it's just a little tiny, here, I'll show you what it looks like. It's just a metal piece too, and just remember how it went in. Look at this. There's two of them. I lost one of them, but there's one of them. So you slide it in there, and then you put this piece in there. Alright, there are some 2 bolts on the back end of this, right here and right here. So get those out. And finally, this bolt right here. This fastener. Okay, you can take the spark plug out if you want to, but you really don't have to. So take that off, and then take that front off. And now here's where you want to, this is the main action, is down underneath the green part. There's where you're wanting to go, right there. That's the top of the recoil spring, and the rope is tied to the back of that. So what I do right now is disconnect these electrical wires to make it easy to the the pull string. So just take these electrical parts off, just pull them off. There we go, just like so. And now you have access to what you've been wanting to get all along, this right here. And demonstration, I'm going to take this out, and you can see where it connects back here. Look back here. Hold on, there we go. Now back in here, oh, see that metal clip that folds back? That's, oh, there we go. That metal clip right down in there. It slides in there, and then it coils around behind here, and then I'll show you. Here, I'll show you. I'm gonna take this out. It sucks taking this out, but I gotta show you how it's done. So I'm taking this out. This is, oh, it's really a horrible part. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Don't you just hate that? So you might find your weed eater like this. Oh, you think it's game over because that's happened, but it's not game over yet. So there's a metal piece in here. This is going to be your helper. This is the main deal. Without this thing, you're poop down a stream. Anyway, you want to recoil this back in here, and I'm going to do that right now. Now, looking at this recoil spring, this part is going to be on one end. This part right here, it's going to go through this, and then it snaps at the bottom just like I showed you. And then the top part is going to be the other end of the coil, and it's going to look like this. This part is going to go snugging inside here. So you can kind of see how this flips down, and that one part of the last part of should is going to snug on like that. It's going to be inside here, just like so. So I'm going to put it together. Here we go. Alright, so I started with this end right here. I stuck it through that hole, and then I just started, see how it's wanting to fall out. You got to hold it down while you're twirling this in here. Get back in there, you piece of crap. Just when I hit record, it wants to be stupid. So put it back in there, and then I'm twirling this around. Oh, you piece of crap. Here, I'll get it together. Alright, I'm getting a nice little pattern like this. And then once you flip it down on the other end, you're going to have to turn it. You're going to have to put tension in the string. This is the tensioner thing. This is the spring. This coil with the rope on the other end. It's not in picture. Is what gives it that feel when you're pulling the string, that tension, and then the rope, the pull string, goes back to normal because of this spring right here, this recoil spring. Hence the name, Recoil. It recoils. And you're just going to do this until you get it all in there, and I'll show you how to get it. This is pretty rough on the fingers, if you ask me. I can feel it, you know, right in the fingers, right in here. All right, so just about got it. It'll probably flip out on me, but hope not. Oh, this is all tangled up. Getting to the end. All right, now that we got that all, I'll get the camera. Now that we got that all in there, this part, see, this all goes together. That's the bottom part. And then in here, that metal part goes in that place I showed you earlier, down in here. But before I do that, I want to flip it over onto here. See that little gap right there? This middle part that's trying to come out of my hand. I can feel it coming unwound. This part, let me try to get it in there. I'll show you. Alright, so it goes in there like so. Hold on, this goes down like that, this goes over like that. So we're going to have to get this in here without it coming undone. So, and then you're just going to have to drop it right on there. See how I'm holding it like that? So I'm just going to have to do it like that. There we go. Now that's on there like so. You want to hold it together, and this part goes, it's really tricky, in that hole down there, and it's one of those deals where it's gonna be one of those where you have like an inch gap, you just gotta drop it, and then you just kind of, don't really hope, but well, you kind of want it to go in the right place. And there's a direction of which way to wind it. Right here's a little arrow on there, so you should wind it on there in that direction. You're gonna want to put tension on this once you have it wound up. So you're going to want to wind this thing. Alright. This is where you get your tension. You just want to keep turning this until you can feel the tension in it, where it feels like it's really tight. And as you can see, it's coiling up. That's where it stops. That's where that one end of it stops on that plastic wheel. And you want to do this until it's real tight. And then you're going to want to sit it down into there. Whoa, almost lost it. It started to uncoil. So get this tight. This is what makes it so where you pull the string, it goes back, it recoils. So you want to get this really tight before you set it in there. Alright, now that it's really tight in there, you can see how tight the metal windings are inside there. Now is when you want to put this metal piece into this hole. little hole down here. So just going to put it over the shaft, line it up as I'm going down, and at one point you're just going to have to let go and hope it goes into the hole. Okay, I got it put in there. And now, how's that lighting? Shoot, anyway, a lot of sun, and this part, now you got tension. See how it goes back in there now? It's because when you wound that up, there, now you got tension.
There's that metal piece. Let me see if I can get it in view. So there it is. See that little metal piece? That's where it goes. And you had to slide your fingers down there, having it held together, and slide it in there. This is wonderful. Now, as you can see, that's how the rope is tied behind there. It didn't come out. I didn't want to take it out, so that's how that works. But now, when you pull on this pull string, it goes back. How's that twisting action? You put the tension in. Now we want to put it back together on top of that shaft, and these little notches, right? These little water wheel notches right here connect up with those metal notches right there and there. So whenever the this starts self-exciting, the magnet or whatever starts spinning, and copper magnet, whatever, electromagnet, and it uses the fuel.
Alright, so we're just gonna put this back on there without it falling. Remembering how I go by the spark plug, so the spark plug's over there. So this little gap hole right there. So I just want to put that down on there. Okay, this is the part that I had to take the whole thing apart again because I forgot to hook up to. So there's that, and then here's the other part. It's right here, and you're wondering, which one goes where? So the ground, you would think that this one would be the ground, and this was the hot wire. So the hot wire is, so on this switch, to shut it off, you push this down. So that's the negative one. So let's get the negative one, which is kind of a guessing game. So I'm going to say it's this one. And then you put that one on. And then, process of elimination, you put the other one back on. There we go. So we got that hooked up, and now we just need to put it all back together. If you're really wanting to make sure you get the right one on the positive and the right one on the negative terminal, what you do is take a multimeter, and you put it to the positive and you put it to the negative, and if it's reading negative whatever, then you have it backwards. Switch them, and then if you get a positive polarity, then you got it the right way. Okay, I put the two halves back on there, put the 4 bolts on, and the 4 fasteners on and 2 fasteners on. And then, as you can see, you can actually run it right now if you want to, but I really don't run well. Closer look at this is the metal piece goes down first. The little metal piece in there goes in there, and it was already sitting in there, and then this piece goes there, and then the slide bolt holds that metal piece in there. See, and they only want you to do it one way. We got this square block of a fastener. They can't put it in this way, and then you want to tighten it. Just tighten it down. I mean, doesn't have to be super crazy. And then you put this in there. In theory. There we go, it snapped. And now it's just a matter of you got this weird assembly right here, and this, make sure this is still attached, because this trigger, this comes out. This will fall out. I'm not taking it out. It'd just be a pain in the butt. But as you can see, this part right here, see this little mechanism here? It's truly magnificent. So it goes like that. and then you want to keep this little ball that goes inside.
Okay,
with this wire, you just follow this magic hole road. So follow the magic hole road, and you'll see that it leads out that way. And then what I like to do, alright, you're going to snap it in there, and then put it underneath like so. And then you're going to put the rest of this part snaps in right there. Now I'm dripping sweat onto my view screen, so I'm constantly having to take the sweat off that. But anyway, it's not anywhere near this video, the point of the video. Anyway, we're just putting this all back together, and then we're going to try it out and see if it works. Now I might have got the bolts all mixed up. All these bolts are looking different, but whatever. They're all the same Torx bit head, but they're all slightly different. Oh well. Okay, moment of truth. So full choke, push this down, probably 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I probably flooded it because I had it upside down, right side up to the side. And I want to pull. It'll run for a little while, and then I'll set it to half choke, and then let it run for a minute, and then put it to run. But let's see if we put those wires back right.